The white smoke billowed. A hush fell over St. Peter's Square. Thousands of expectant eyes turned towards the balcony. The air crackled with anticipation. For the faithful gathered, it was a moment pregnant with meaning. A new chapter was about to unfold in the long and storied history of the Catholic Church. Pope Luis Antonio Tagle, the first Asian pontiff in over 4 centuries, stepped into the warm Roman sunlight. Cheers erupted. A wave of joyous sound swept across the square, a testament to the universal appeal of this humble man from the Philippines. He raised his hand in a gesture of blessing, his face etched with humility and resolve. The world watched, captivated. A son of the East was now the shepherd of the West. It was a moment that shattered barriers and transcended geography. Pope Tagle's election was a powerful symbol of the Church's global reach and a testament to its enduring capacity for renewal. The legacy of the papacy weighs heavy, a testament to centuries of faith and tradition. Peter's successor inherits not just a title, but a mantle of responsibility that stretches back 2 millennia, encompassing the spiritual leadership of millions. From the catacombs of Rome to the grand cathedrals of Europe, the papacy has been a steadfast beacon of faith, guiding the faithful through the ages. It has offered spiritual guidance and moral clarity in times of both darkness and light, providing hope and direction when it was needed most. Pope Tagle's journey to the chair of Peter is a remarkable tale of faith, dedication, and unwavering service to the Church. Born in Manila in 1957, he grew up in a devout Catholic family, where the seeds of his faith were sown early. His deep faith and sharp intellect were evident from a young age, setting him apart as a future leader in the Church. He excelled in his studies, pursuing a path that would eventually lead him to the priesthood, where he could fully dedicate his life to serving God. His ordination in 1982 marked the beginning of a life dedicated to God and his people, a journey of faith and commitment. He served as a parish priest, a seminary rector, and eventually as Archbishop of Manila, each role preparing him for greater responsibilities. His reputation as a gifted communicator and a compassionate pastor grew with each passing year, earning him respect and admiration from all corners of the globe. Pope Tagle's Asian heritage is central to his identity. Born in Manila, he grew up in a vibrant, multicultural environment that deeply influenced his worldview. He brings to the papacy a unique perspective shaped by the hopes and struggles of a continent on the rise. Asia, with its rich tapestry of cultures and religions, has always been a land of contrasts and challenges. His upbringing in the Philippines, a predominantly Catholic nation in Southeast Asia, instilled in him a deep understanding of the challenges faced by the Church in the developing world. The Philippines, with its history of colonization and resilience, taught him the importance of faith and community. He is known for his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. Whether speaking to world leaders or comforting a child, his genuine warmth and empathy shine through. His warmth, his humility, and his genuine concern for the poor and marginalized have endeared him to millions. He often visits impoverished areas, bringing hope and solace to those in need. He is a gifted orator, able to communicate complex theological ideas in a way that is both accessible and inspiring. His sermons are known to touch hearts and minds, bridging gaps between different communities. His appointment as Archbishop of Manila in 2011 brought him to the forefront of the Church in Asia. This role allowed him to address pressing issues and advocate for the voiceless. He emerged as a leading voice on issues such as poverty, social justice, and interreligious dialogue. His efforts to foster understanding and cooperation among different faiths have been particularly noteworthy. His unwavering commitment to the poor and his tireless efforts to promote peace and reconciliation earned him international acclaim. His work continues to inspire and guide many around the world. The news of Pope Tagle's election sent shockwaves of joy through the Catholic world. From the bustling streets of Manila to the quiet parishes of rural America, the faithful rejoiced. Here was a man who embodied the best of what it meant to be Catholic, humble, compassionate, and deeply spiritual. In the Philippines, his homeland, celebrations erupted. People danced in the streets, church bells pealed, and tears of joy streamed down the faces of the elderly. For many Filipinos, it was a moment of immense pride. One of their own, a man who understood their struggles and shared their hopes, had ascended to the highest office in the Church. The global reaction was equally enthusiastic. World leaders, religious figures, and ordinary people from all faiths expressed their admiration and offered their prayers. Pope Tagle's reputation as a bridge builder, a man of dialogue and compassion, resonated deeply across cultures and continents. A global celebration. The inauguration of a new pope is always a momentous occasion. It is a moment steeped in tradition, a ritual that connects the present to the distant past. But Pope Tagle's inauguration carried an added layer of significance. It marked a turning point in the history of the Church, a symbolic shift in power towards the global South. The ceremony itself was a spectacle of grandeur and solemnity. Cardinals in scarlet robes, bishops in mitres, and dignitaries from around the world filled St. Peter's Basilica. The air was thick with incense, the sound of Gregorian chant echoing through the cavernous space. As Pope Tagle received the pallium, the woolen stole that symbolizes his authority as shepherd of the Church, a sense of awe descended upon the congregation. The weight of history, the legacy he inherited, was palpable. The face of compassion. Compassion is at the heart of Pope Tagle's ministry. He is a man who sees the face of Christ in the poor, the marginalized, and the forgotten. His papacy is characterized by a deep concern for social justice and a commitment to building a more inclusive church. He has spoken out forcefully against the growing gap between rich and poor. He has challenged world leaders to address the root causes of poverty and inequality. And he has called on all people of faith to embrace a spirit of solidarity and compassion. His focus on the peripheries, on those often overlooked or ignored, has resonated deeply with many within the Church. He is seen as a champion of the poor and a voice for the voiceless. His papacy has offered a message of hope and inclusion to those who have felt marginalized or excluded. Echoes of Francis, whispers of change. Pope Tagle's papacy builds upon the legacy of his predecessor, Pope Francis. Both men share a deep commitment to social justice, a focus on the poor, and a desire for a more merciful and welcoming church. However, Pope Tagle brings his own unique perspective and experiences to the papacy. His Asian background, his experience working in the developing world, and his deep understanding of the challenges facing the Church in a globalized world have shaped his vision for the future. He is seen as a bridge builder, a man who can dialogue with different cultures and faiths. His papacy is marked by a spirit of openness and a willingness to engage in dialogue on difficult issues. He has called for a more synodal church, one in which the voices of all the baptized are heard and valued. One flock, one shepherd. The Catholic Church is a global family. It is a tapestry woven together from the threads of countless cultures, languages, and traditions. Pope Tagle's papacy is a powerful reminder of the Church's universality. He has stressed the importance of unity and diversity. He has called on Catholics to embrace their shared faith, while also respecting and celebrating their unique cultural identities. His vision is of a church that is both Catholic and universal, a church that is a home for all people. His papacy offers a message of hope and unity in a world often divided by conflict, prejudice, and misunderstanding. He reminds us that we are all children of God, called to live together in peace and harmony. A legacy forged in faith. Pope Tagle's papacy is still in its early years, a time filled with both challenges and opportunities. Yet he has already left an indelible mark on the Church, inspiring countless individuals with his vision. He has brought a message of joy, hope, and compassion to a world in need, touching hearts across the globe. He has challenged the Church to be more inclusive, more welcoming, and more engaged with the world, urging everyone to embrace these values. His legacy will be one of bridge building, of dialogue, and of a deep commitment to the poor and marginalized, ensuring no one is left behind. He will be remembered as a pope who led with humility, compassion, and a deep love for the Church, always putting others before himself. As he kneels in prayer in the quiet of St. Peter's Basilica, one can only imagine the hopes and dreams he carries in his heart, dreams for a better world. The weight of history rests upon his shoulders, but his spirit remains undaunted, driven by a profound sense of purpose, for he knows that he is not alone, surrounded by a community that supports and believes in him. He is sustained by the prayers of the faithful, by the power of the Holy Spirit, and by the unshakable belief that God is with us, always guiding every step of the way. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.